Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. Previously, we started the latest dungeon in the game, the Temple of Time, a familiar location from Zelda's game's past, and even in Zelda's game's future, but with a whole new wrinkle. Now it's been expanded to, like I said, have its own dungeon. Today, we're going to continue through more of the dungeon as we are far from done with it. If you saw the map last episode, we still have a heck of a ways to go before we can complete this thing. Besides, the record for completing a dungeon in this game up until this point in the series has always been about 5 episodes, so I'm expecting this to be no different in length. So we're here starting another new room. Kill these Beamos right away first. Okay, this one I kinda remember, but the reason why I do know that is that we'll be coming back here a little later on in the dungeon. Spoilers in advance, by the way. Just checking all these to get some money and some arrows too. So what we have to do is hit this. I said hit this. There we go. And that crystal will cause those walls to move. As you can see, there's a hole in the center that leads back to said crystal. You're gonna use your arrows, which is why we're getting lots of arrows here, to hit that repeatedly to get through this next room. Not that hard to figure out. Just go through a bit, and then when you get to a blocking point, just hit the crystal again, and you'll be able to access the next part of the room. Yeah, you shut up. You were gonna try to shoot at me, like all you Beamos do. Yet, the result is always the same when I have a bow and arrow. I'm never gonna stop loving using the bow and arrow. One of my favorite weapons to use in this game in particular. Not just in all of Zelda games. Hi, it's me from the future. I'm interrupting this momentarily to let you in on something if you've been playing along with me up until now. Whatever you do, please, please, don't skip what's behind this wall. I wound up missing a chest in this room, and it happens to reside behind that very wall. The reason why I'm saying this? Well, you'll find out in a couple episodes from now. But I just want to tell you that right now, so you don't make the same mistake I did. But it's just Twilight Princess, specifically. Just did so much more with it, like I said before. That's why I love using it so much. We're gonna counterport Lizalfos during our time here. Not just that, this is gonna be its cousin, the Dinophos. I think we did see this guy back in the Lakebed Temple so long ago, so it's not our first time meeting them. But they are a little more prominent in this dungeon than they were back in Lakebed. The same deal here. Find a crystal, shoot it, and make the walls move. For the Dinophos, they have more armor and they can resist more of your attacks, including the ending blow if you're slow enough. I've had times where... Wait, this is actually the Dinophos in question. That other one with the skull, that was just a regular Dinophos. This the Dinophos. Had that mixed up there for a moment. So this is our first time actually seeing this specific member of the Lizalfos family tree in action. This one can get up from enemy blows faster than most enemies, if you're slow enough. They are susceptible to the shield attack helps with their combo though, and the ball and chain can get through their shields easier, leaving them open for attacks. We won't be coming across them that much in this game. This might be the only time I might find them in the game, but I could be wrong on that. Well, I want to try the shield attack. Help Splitter. And while we're at it, let's bring on the ball and chain since we don't have any need for the lantern anymore. Yeah, he's still got his shield up. No, now he does. Yeah, sure enough, you can see it stuns the Dinophos when you use the ball and chain. Leave him open for you to slash away or just do whatever to follow up. Then we go over here, shoot that, and just like that, we're done with this room. Well, at least for now. Because we do see that there was a fenced off area. A fenced off area that we couldn't get to yet. But we'll be sure to backtrack back here and find out what else we could have investigated in this room. I'll bring back the mini-map on my gamepad. In the meantime, we're already up to floor 6. So setting up the Temple of Time in this game isn't that difficult. Like I stated before, this is one of the easier dungeons to go by in terms of puzzles. You may think that because we're seeing it so late-ish into the game at this point, it might be a little more complex when it comes to puzzle solving. Not really. From what I can remember, this is not the hardest dungeon to go through. It's pretty straightforward, believe it or not. Despite the fact that it's very vertically structured. Right now we gotta kill all the goblins in this room, play the part of exterminator here, and wipe out all of these spiders. Even though I've heard spiders in real life can be a little helpful for the environment, like killing other insects and eating other insects. I usually don't mind bugs that much, but as long as they're not in my room. Because if you're in my room, then you're crossing the boundary. Other than that, just leave me alone, and I'm normally fine-ish with insects. But I still don't like the way they crawl, though. I don't know why, for some reason, whenever I see something crawl with like a bunch of legs, it just creeps me out for whatever reason. I can just never get over it. Not sure why, it's just always been a thing that's bugged me. But then again, I'm not the biggest fan of bugs in general, like I've already mentioned in the past. Pretty sure I have said that in this series as well. So now we're done with this. Ha, this room. Alright, so now with this, I do remember what happens here. You're gonna be stepping onto the scale, and you gotta shift the weight into your favor to advance up the scale. I don't think I have to throw it up there. I have to throw this thing. Don't throw it, Link. Now put it down. There we go. Oh, I thought that was gonna shift the weight a little bit. Oh, now I made that go even higher. That's not what we want. Now they're perfectly balanced, as all things should be. But not in this case. He says as he bumps his head to the wall again. Maybe I am supposed to throw it up there. Yeah, we're supposed to, okay. I actually thought we were gonna be a little too high for that. That's why I didn't think of throwing it up in the first place. And also that could happen too. So don't be too discouraged. Might take a little more than one throw if the throw doesn't work out the way you want it to. Oh, hello there. Oh no! I fell off. Because I got distracted by that target of all things. I'm very positive that doesn't lead to anything useful for us. I'm gonna go up there and investigate. Yeah, it doesn't involve anything useful apart from this thing. Wonderful. There's also a claw shot target over there. But I don't think we can do anything with that right now, nor the one that we did just use. You can also see there's a spinner track. I wonder if that leads to what I think it leads to. If I only have the compass, I could tell for sure if that leads to a treasure chest or not, but I can't remember for certain. There we go. Now we cross over. So I was wanting to investigate that claw shot target, but we can't reach up there because we don't have the scales to go high enough for us to reach it. So we'll have to abandon that for now too. and by extension, the spinner tracks we can see on the higher part of this room. On the plus side, I think this takes us up to— oh, hello there! Mr. Beamos, get in my face. Yeah, any closer, that thing could have fried my butt. And yes, we are up to floor 7 now. That's what I was gonna say. Why did I take that? I should have moved back a little further. Don't know why I let myself get hit there. I was gonna say that we're up to floor 7 already. Before I got interrupted by that Beamos, who didn't do anything to me, but I was not gonna risk it. Wanna beat my butt off. Okay, so here, he's got simply time our movements. Not like that. Or that. That could push me back. At least when you step on that ledge, you have a little bit of room so you can time your movement past that swinging axe very carefully. Over here. And this gets the key. Now, where this goes, I'm not sure. Can I even get to that part over there? Yes I can. There's a way over here. Some more pots. I think we're coming up to something that I've been looking forward to for some time now. We're gonna be coming across a specific figure that you may have be used to now with current Zelda games. If I'm not mistaken, this specific figure might be the first time that it ever showed up in Zelda canon. Somewhat. We'll get to it when we get to it. But it's not gonna take that long for us to get to what I'm thinking we'll be finding out. I can do this reverse with more of these baby gomas. I don't think I mentioned this until now, but the baby gomas also can be called the Goma larva. Which again makes sense because they're babies. Just weak little pathetic babies. That falls easily against my will. I say that as I activated that almost by accident, but I think I struck its back on by accident there. If I didn't, must have been pretty close. And now I've got woken both these guys up by accident. But they're being dumb and turn their backs on me. That's not really smart of them. Wait for that one to blow up. Makes going one-on-one with this almost much easier. What if I just back off? Yeah, if I back off, they just turn their backs on me. So I guess that's another strat that you can use to deal with these almost easier. Didn't really think of that before. First I will get this chest. Come on. There we go. Another purple rupee. That's fine with me. Still got a long way to go before we can fill up our wallet. And even then, not much of a purpose it has for us now besides using the magic armor. Before I go willy-nilly on that, I need to save at least one of these pots. As much as I want to smash up all of them, I gotta save one. Never mind. It's going to waste. Don't really need that after all. Plus, what's the point? I can just climb up like so. Yeah, I can just go up there and get back to that staircase if I wanted to. So all this could get smashed and crumble to pieces for all I care. Hey, I think the one time we can spare mercy on these pots, and the game thinks otherwise. At least it knows the code. It knows the law that whenever you see a pot in Zelda games, you have to smash it. That's how it always been, and that's how it always should be. And now we can put that key to use we found earlier to get, I think, to the top of the dungeon already. Yeah, this is floor 8. So we're already at the very top of the Temple of Time. So that figure is pretty, important, but in the center of this room awaits one of my favorite enemies to fight in Zelda history. This intimidating foe is the Darknut, one of my favorite foes to fight in any Zelda game ever. He's got plenty of armor we have to break down, and to do that we can deal with him in a myriad of ways. Well, I can't even use the shield attack to set him up for a helm splitter. But don't do that, that's not what I want to do. I want to go behind him. Can't even do that. The backsets won't work. Gotta find a way to pierce the fences. Oh. Ah, there we go, got the helm splitter in. And now we're behind him, we can go to town on him. We can also strike whenever he commits to a big attack like that. It's all about finding your opening with this guy. Or creating one yourself. No. Come on, like, don't go to the side over there. I swear, this control thing is getting worse and worse. How did I get behind him like that? Did I warp somehow, or did he warp past me? Somebody's holding something back here. I'm not sure who it is. Let's do that. Oh, nope, not again. No, I didn't want to backflip twice there. I pressed A one too many times. Come on. Come on. Oh. Oh, come on, that didn't work? I thought for sure that would work. So this particular Darknut, you may see his sword might look kind of familiar to you. Well, this is the sword that Ganondorf actually had back in that famous Space World GameCube tech demo that Nintendo showed off, leading up to the GameCube's release. You know, the realistic looking one that everyone thought was going to be the next Zelda game, but actually ended up just turning out to be Wind Waker. Yeah, that's where this sword first emanated from. And you may have actually seen this as recent as Smash Brothers, because Ganondorf uses this very weapon in Melee and Ultimate. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. But it's not over yet. He chucks that big sword away. You know, the one that's where the Dorian meme comes from, which haunts me as a Smash Brothers player. Let me tell you one thing. If there's one thing I hate in Smash Brothers, it's fighting Ganondorf. Whenever it's against him or as him, I just can't win. Ganondorf in Smash Brothers is like the bane of my existence. But anyways, we're not talking about Ganondorf. We're talking about the Darknut. We essentially made him slip into his second phase, where he's now a lot lighter, but he's got another sword, and he's got more attacks. This phase is a lot more dangerous than the one we just dealt with. And this is strange enough where the roll attack can actually help out because this guy guards a lot. Let's do that. The problem is gonna light him up though, because this attack isn't the most effective one to utilize for once you can get it off. Yep, it can pierce through his guard. That's one way you can get through him. Or I think a backslice could work as well. Well, that can stun him. That's one of the methods I do use to stun him to get an opening. Where am I, kid? Nope, he can block the shield attack too, so no helm splitter potential there. This might be going a little long, but I'm honestly loving this fight, because fighting the Darknut, it's never been like too hard or too easy. It's always has that right amount of challenge that can make this guy a worthy adversary to fight. That's why I love fighting the Darknut so much. This guy can put up a good fight, but no big surprise, we come out on top in the end. An adversary worthy of the twirl. That's pretty much like Link's. It's like Link's salute in this game. His salute of honor for a worthy foe that was very fun to fight. And for our reward, is the Dominion Rod. This dungeon's item. This amazing rod can infuse ancient statues with life. Just assign it to an item button, and use it to give statues life, as it just said. By doing this, it will move just like its master, and we're going to be needing this specific item to use on that statue. Yeah, I think we will show it off at least once before we end things off for today. Might be a short episode, but I just want to get to finding the Darknut. That was my main goal for today, and I'm happy we did do that in short time. So by doing this, whenever we see something that has a hole in the center like this statue here, we can make it move around. It's kind of hops around very doofy-like, but I don't know, it's kind of cute in a way. It's got its charm. We could also... Well, I didn't want to do that. That makes it go not senties again. Is by hitting Y? Yeah, by hitting the item button, we can make it swing down too. So that's how we can make this specific statue attack as well, as it does mimic our movement. So what we have to do is make it go under the bell, because that statue is going to be very prominent for the second half of this dungeon, which, might as well just say right now, we're going to be backtracking through everything we just went through to ascend to the top. Yep, that's where the second half of this dungeon comes in. We're backtracking now, but it wasn't that hard to go up this place to begin with, and it won't be as difficult to go back down it. It's actually going to be pretty fun, because now that we got this new handy item in play, we're going to be playing Puppeteer for the next little bit, and making the statue do our bidding. But that's going to be for next time. We beat the Darknut and got the Dominion Rod. I think that is a very satisfying episode, and a good way to close out for today. So next time, we're going to put our new rod to use, and make that statue assist us in going back down through the Temple of Time. Until we meet again, farewell for now.